What it looks like inside Giga Berlin. With all the hype surrounding Cyber Rodeo, you might have missed this amazing 3-minute mini-documentary that looks like it's straight from the mind of Elon Musk. Tesla released a really cool clip of Giga Berlin which shows us some wild drone footage of Germany's newest automotive factory behemoth. The video footage is shot with a small drone camera in a single flying session. You've got to admire the immense skills of the drone pilot. It all starts outside the factory where hundreds if not thousands of made in Germany Model Y cars are parked and ready to embark on customer deliveries. The most intriguing shots come when we see the giant stamping presses making the doors and other parts of the car. The Idra 6,000-ton casting machine can be seen making the Model Y front and rear single-piece underbody Giga castings. A glimpse of Elon Musk's imagined alien dreadnought can also be witnessed when looking at the massive robots working on the assembly lines and other areas of the factory. The drone also gives us a few glimpses of the world's most advanced paint shop at Giga Berlin. The customers who have received their Giga Berlin-made Model Y have praised the production and paint quality of the vehicle. The video ends when the drone comes out of Giga Berlin and shows the immense size and marvel of engineering from a more distant aerial angle. Check out the video below to see the full breadth of what's inside and outside Tesla's Gigafactory in Germany. See video link below. Source reposted and summarized from Iqtidar Ali at Evernex. My take looks super cool. Tesla has a $40 trillion opportunity. April 16, 2022. Tesla has a $40 trillion opportunity. Which Stephen Mark Ryan of Solving the Money Problem on YouTube has gone over. Let's dive into what this is. What is this $40 trillion opportunity for Tesla? It comes from a Morgan Stanley research note. The MOACC 5 Thoughts on the Mother of All CapEx Cycles. The gist of this research paper is in how the next 12 months will show investors how Tesla and the broader auto industry are vital to the transition off of the fossil fuel economy. Assuming the broader auto industry does move to EVs, which is a big if, they could play a critical role in re-architecting the renewable energy transport industry. Morgan Stanley estimates as much as $20 to $40 trillion must be spent over the next 20 years in accumulated capex and R&D to transition off of fossil fuels. This is quite a lot of money, and the thing that I worry about with legacy auto companies is that they have a large business around the ICE vehicle. With this huge commitment, legacy auto are trying to serve two masters, ICE and EV. They can only serve one, and if it's not EV then they will become bankrupt. Morgan Stanley views Tesla is overvalued and undervalued at the same time. In their opinion, Tesla is overvalued as a pure car company. But the company may be significantly undervalued when you take into account a renewable energy onshore infrastructure company. They see Tesla as the ultimate battery capex play. Because of two major events. War and inflation. Energy innovation is going to get rewarded. According to Morgan Stanley, they see events over the next 6 months that can materially shift the narrative around what Tesla does. The markets they address, the growth profile, and the global, strategic implications of the ecosystem on which they sit atop. Morgan Stanley thinks investors are starting to appreciate the advantages Tesla has in going direct to consumer, while legacy automakers are prohibited from doing so by powerful state dealer franchise laws. I agree with this. Tesla can sell cars however they want. Legacy automakers use outdated dealerships with sales tactics and additional partnerships and red tape that causes problems. Morgan Stanley also sees bigger forces driving the multi-decade trillion-dollar battery capex cycle. As globalization evolves into a new era featuring heightened concerns around national security, investors much contemplate the new energy supply and supporting infrastructure. Battery storage is going to be a big key in the future, and Tesla is poised to be the leader. Tesla will be able to make tons of batteries. More than anyone else, as Elon Musk has stated that Tesla will likely begin their own mining. Either by acquiring mining companies, or making their own mining operations from within. It's good that Morgan Stanley is thinking beyond just the car business for Tesla. However, their price targets and earnings per share estimates are puzzling and way below what I see them going to over the next few years. Source reposted and summarized from Jeremy Johnson at Talk News. My take: that $40 trillion without even talking about robo-taxi or Optimus. Giga Shanghai to restart production on April 18. April 16, 2022. According to a recent report by Reuters, Tesla is making plans to restart production at its Shanghai Gigafactory in China. Sources familiar with the matter said the electric automaker has been told it can reopen the factory on Monday, April 18, 2022. Tesla was forced to pause its automotive factory in China back on March 28. The freeze was recently extended indefinitely. And needless to say, Tesla has lost many units of production over the course of the last several weeks. While some reports suggested the factory would likely reopen quickly, others feared it might be a few months before China would allow Tesla to restart full production. China is currently in a massive lockdown due to a surge in COVID-19 cases. However, it's also under increasing scrutiny as people have been practically locked in their homes for weeks. And food and supplies have become scarce. Based on the information from the anonymous sources, Tesla has been officially given the go-ahead to make reopening plans. However, the situation could change over the weekend, so we'll be keeping a close eye on the news surrounding the Tesla China Gigafactory. One of the private sources told Reuters Tesla will restart on Monday with just a single shift and then slowly work its way back toward full-scale production. Neither Tesla nor Shanghai's government officials responded to a request for comment at the time of the Reuters article. Reuters also notes that this is the Tesla China factory's longest pause since it opened toward the end of 2019. Based on Tesla's internal output plans, which Reuters claims to have reviewed, the automaker lost over 50,000 units of production thus far due to the factory freeze. Source reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS. My take: I hope it's true. Let's get back to making some cars. Ark Invest sets Tesla stock at $5,800 in 2026. April 16, 2022. Ark Invest has published an update on Tesla's 2026 price target. The firm believes that in 5 years, TSLA will be worth $4,600 per share. The bull and bear cases show Tesla could be worth roughly $5,800 and $2,900 per share, respectively. The new research update is based on ARK's new open-source Tesla model, which incorporates distributions for 38 independent inputs to simulate a range of potential outcomes for the company. Tesla's prospective robotaxi business line is a key driver, contributing 60% of expected value and more than half of expected EBITDA in 2026. Across Ark's simulation set, the firm expects electric vehicles to constitute 57% of the company's revenue in 2026. Albeit at substantially lower margins than robotaxi revenue. Autonomous driving. Ark's new model includes updated assumptions for the total market for autonomous ride-hail at each price point, as well as the probability that Tesla will solve for fully autonomous driving. Based on its analysis of consumers' perceived value of time, the firm now expects more demand for autonomous ride-hail at higher price points than they had modeled originally. Ark estimates the total addressable market for autonomous ride-hailing at roughly $11 to $12 trillion. Capital efficiency maximum annual production increase. Ark's updated model also increases Tesla's capital efficiency. Since 2017, Tesla's capital expenditure per incremental unit of capacity has improved from $84,000, when Model 3 was ramping, to $7,700. In last year's model, the firm estimated that Tesla would spend $6,000 to $8,000 per incremental unit of capacity in 2025. Given its much better than expected capital efficiency, Ark Invest now assumes that Tesla will spend $2,000 to $7,000 per incremental unit of capacity in 2026. These improvements indicate that Tesla could continue to increase margins, and that capital is no longer a bottleneck limiting its growth. Instead, Tesla should be able to grow as quickly as management bandwidth and supply constraints will allow. Forecast of 2026 share price. The firm's simulation is highly sensitive to the year in which Tesla launches robotaxis. In many of Ark's lowest price per share scenarios, Tesla launches a vertically integrated, human-driven ride-hail service but does not launch a robotaxi network, as shown in light green. In some scenarios, Tesla does not launch either service, as shown in dark gray. Importantly, human-driven ride-hail could become a profitable recurring revenue stream before Tesla launches a fully autonomous service. For cases in which Tesla launches a human-driven ride-hail service and solves for fully autonomous driving, the firm assumes that its human-driven ride-hail cars will transition to the autonomous ride-hail network over time. if it is unable to launch a robotaxi service within 5 years. Tesla still could launch a human-driven ride-hail while trying to solve for full autonomy. In many of Ark's higher price per share scenarios, Tesla launches a robotaxi network in the next 2 to 3 years. Source reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take, like I always say. Robo-taxi and FSD will make Tesla a $10 trillion company. Optimus, $100 trillion.